We've got two speed modes in life, fast and slow. When you're certain about where you're going and you're confident about the direction, you're like a bullet train speeding towards it. But when you don't know where you're going and you're not even sure about the direction, you're then at a standstill, glued to the familiar, stuck in your familiar patterns, and those patterns can be dangerously long-term in midlife. I should know. When my mid-career and midlife fast mode slowed to a juddering clunky halt, I found myself suctioned to my familiar patterns that weren't serving me well, and patterns that I didn't want anymore. Until I discovered a way to inject some energy and movement into making some changes, even though I didn't know what my new work dream was or what direction to move in, I came to the conclusion that if I wanted something different, I needed to experiment with new stuff. Simple, hey? But harder to get started than you'd think, because my familiar was very familiar. And it was holding me back from making any change at all, until I decided to make tiny changes and make them light, fun, quick and easy. Then I got unstuck. I enjoyed these light and sometimes silly experiments so much that without any pain, I'd created some momentum. And it was while I was experiencing this lovely momentum that my eyes were open to possibilities for my career that I simply couldn't see when I was stuck and stationary in my familiar. And by being on the move, using the technique I include in this article and in my programs, I make change so fun and enjoyable that by the time I'd chosen my new direction for my dream work, ideas and actions were flowing out of my brain, and they weren't scary. And because I'd created some momentum by teaching myself that change was positive, when the time came to actually make change, it was the most natural thing in the world. Read the full article somewhere on this page if you're interested in learning this method for yourself. And remember, you're never too old, and it's never too late to design fierce work your way.